Hey, everybody, this is Jim Masters here. Welcome to the Jim Masters Show Live. Good to have you with us. Boy, do we have a great guest coming to us from Hollywood, live from California, G.Pvt. Actor, singer, renowned drummer, and even former teen idol as well. You've seen him on some of your favorite TV shows and movies and heard a lot of his great music. Matter of fact, he's got some new music he's all excited about too, and we're excited to have him here. Going to join us in just a second. How is everybody doing? Welcome to our entertainment, lifestyle, variety talk show series, where we are bringing back what we call the lost art of conversation. Actually, it was guests who've been on our show that say that that's what we're doing, sort of bringing back that lost art of conversation and warm, easy, fun style, and doing it in a way that sort of hopefully brings you together. If you're having a bad day today, well, stay with us because we're going to make you feel good when Gary joins us. And it's so good to see all of you here too. Thanks for the comments. I see comments popping into our JMS live chat room. If you do have a comment that you'd like to share with us, or you just want to say hello, you can do that in our actual chat room. We have a JMS live chat room that is open and available for you right now, which is kind of cool. And when you subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is the channel you're watching right now, which is Jim Masters TV, when you just click subscribe, there's no cost for it. You just hit that red button there. You can actually comment live in our exclusive JMS live chat room. You can chat with some of the other viewers. You can chat with us as well, which is kind of cool and exclusive that we do for all of you. So we welcome you. We thank you very much for joining us here on the show. And again, it's really cool to have everybody. And don't forget to give this episode and all the episodes you enjoy a hearty like. It's nice to see everybody. And thanks for all the great comments that I see built up already. Hope you guys are doing well wherever you're watching around the world, because we do have an international audience who likes to watch from around the world. And we think that's really cool. So whether you're watching live or you're watching this later on in the archives, we thank you very much for joining us. Special guest again is G.Pvt. And we've been chatting with him beforehand. He's originally from New York. He's out in Hollywood. And we were comparing notes, both New York guys you got here tonight. He was born in Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn, New York City, second generation Italian-American. Gary started out as a drummer playing the New York club circuit, like Max's, Kansas City, CBGB's, the Coventry, and many others, the Peppermint Lounge, the Red Parrot, Studio 54, with many bands too in the city, continuing on to front his own band as well, signing a recording contract as a singer and songwriter. He went on to record with Select Records, and soon after, a requested performance at Studio 54 in New York by and for Calvin Klein's birthday party. He was then signed by Atlantic Records, which then released a remake of the Four Tops song, Reach Out, I'll Be There. The next record on Atlantic was Secret Love, which actually is available now on iTunes and RHAPSODY and more. And that featured original songs by Gary. Following this, 4 albums, 7 singles. Gary was featured on Dick Clark's American Bandstand twice, Playgirls of Rock and Roll, Disney's Flight of the Navigator. He was also on the daytime soap opera One Life to Live, covered in Teen Beat magazine and Billboard magazine's top album and single picks as well. Also, he's worked with some of the greatest musicians in the world. Close friends. We were just talking with Frank Stallone, brother to Sylvester. We're hoping to get Frank on the show. That'll be a great guest. He's worked with Frank Stallone, the OJs, T.M. Stevens on bass, David Bowie, Stan Harrison on sax, Uptown Horns on O Heck, Steely Dan's Elliot Randall on guitar, Meatloaf's Bob Kulick, and Steve Ress on guitar, John Gaetano, Gus Sasso on drums, Frank DiOrio on drums, and the greatest all-time rock and roll bass player, Kenny "Double-A" Aronson. And through the years, he collaborated many times on and off with some of the greatest musicians around, like Elliot Glenn. Also, in addition to all of that, too, in 2017 and 2018, Warner Brothers released 35 compilation albums, all with a G.Pvt. Song on them, featuring artists like Foreigner and Elvis Costello and Duran Duran, NXS, Yes, Bad Company, Alice Cooper, Spandau Ballet, Chaka Khan, Al Jarreau, Chicago, Rod Stewart, Steely Dan, Dusty Springfield, Doobie Brothers, Michael McDonald, and on. The Rascals, Richie Havens, Jimmy Webb, the Blues Brothers, and on and on. He's also been in a lot of great shows too, appearing in films such as shows with James Spader, Tom Berenger, Tom Sizemore, William Forsythe. He's worked with Quentin Tarantino, Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio, D.B. Sweeney, and many others, Jim Belushi, lots more, James Cromwell, and lots of commercials and voiceovers too. Orbit Gum, Betty Crocker, Toyota, music videos with Andrea Bocelli. Yep. And lots more. And we're going to talk about all that too. And he moved to Los Angeles in 1985, 10 years lead security for the House of Blues Foundation Room at Sunset Boulevard, Los Angeles, and lots more. It's my honor to welcome him here live from Hollywood and talk about some new exciting music and other cool things he's got going that he's all excited about sharing with all of us here on the Jim Masters Show Live. Gang, wherever you're watching around the world, we thank you for being with us. There you have just a little snippet of Gary's background. And we always like to let you know a little bit about the guest and some of their exciting accomplishments and the background history. He'll tell us more as we welcome him to the show here. Some really cool photos we have, too, that we're going to show you and lots more. He also knows a few people that we know. Remember, Pepe Castro was on the show, that brilliant musician and performer. Pepe Castro is a dear friend of mine and of Gary's. He was on the show recently as well. You can go back in the archives and see that episode and all the episodes. So the world is just getting smaller and smaller. Let's welcome Gary Private to the Jim Masters Show Live exclusively right now from L.A. Gary, welcome to the show. It's good to have you here.
That was a pretty impressive introduction.
And that was just the short list. That was the condensed version, huh?
Yeah, I forget about half that stuff, man.
I tell you, it's amazing. It really is. How have you been? I mean, it's been some crazy times lately, and we've really endured a lot, and the arts and music certainly they've had to pivot as things were closed and all. How have you been?
I feel like I lost 2 years of my life, these last 2 years. It's been horrible, wearing masks and nobody was working. You couldn't work together without getting all these tests. It's been unbearable. It's been horrible,
It's been tough, but making do, making the best, making music, which people love. Music is a great healer. Music brings people together, and you've been doing it. I mean, since you were a kid growing up in Brooklyn, what were some of those early influences when we take you back this far?
Well, oh God, look at me.
See? Yeah. There he is on
drums on the orange shirt.
There he is in the drums. And who are the buddies with you?
You know what? That was Ray Gargiulo and Jimmy Hess. That was my first band in Brooklyn, New York. I don't know how old I was. I would imagine anywhere between 13, 14 to, that was about it. Yeah, look at me. I look like a baby.
I tell you, yes, right?
15 years old. 15 maybe.
That's cool. So how long did that band last? You and the buddies there?
You know what? It lasted a long time. Because what would happen? So, we lived in Brooklyn. I lived on 18th Street and Avenue U, and Brooklyn was weird. February 7th, 1964, changed my. I didn't know what I was going to do in life. I was a street corner hangout guy. I mean, I wasn't big in scholastic. I hated school, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
But I graduated and all that. But yeah, man. So it was like we formed this little band. Oh, so let me get back to February 7th, 1964, the Beatles land.
Yes.
And then I knew what I wanted to do. It was that simple. I mean, they changed my life and they changed everybody I know's life.
Yeah.
I mean, so it was really cool. So we were kind of this neighborhood band and we were really young. And now 5 years go by and we're, 17, 18. Oh, yeah. Okay. So there I am playing drums again. Now I've grown up. My hair is long. That was a band called Legs Latreau. I opened up for Kiss with that band.
Did you?
Yeah. Before Kiss was signed to Casablanca, before they were even known. They used to do their own makeup. and they played at Coventry, and we opened up for them, and it was really cool, man. That band was great. I sang one song in that band. My buddy John, who's there, his name is John Gaetano, and he's still plugging away. He's in New York, and he's just recording a new album called The American Relics.
Oh wow!
Which is kind of the groove is very 60s, very like the eyes of 1969 on one of the songs. So yeah, he's still plugging away. I don't know what he looks like. I don't think he looks like. I don't think. I think we all cut our hair off. Yeah, I think so. Oh yeah, look at that. I look like I should be in Led Zeppelin.
I was going to say, yeah. In your mother's dining room there.
That's in my mother's dining room. Look at that, the Italian bottle of Chianti, that long bottle with the neck would go all the way up. And here's a funny story behind that. My father, that was in my goddamn house for 20 years or so. I mean, as long as I remember.
Bottle?
Yeah, the bottle. It was a bottle of Chianti.
That was in case company stopped by.
So my brother gets married, and my father decides, okay, we're going to celebrate. We're going to open up this bottle. The damn thing turned to vinegar. I mean, it was horrible. Yeah, because he left it there in the house. It got hot. It got cold. He didn't store it properly, and it was horrible.
Yeah.
It was horrible. Yeah, and I remember him. He was disappointed. But yeah. Oh, okay. That's me and Legs Latreau. It was a glam band. You could tell. You could see I'm wearing lip gloss. That was when like David Bowie was really popping.
This is 80s, late 70s, you think?
Yeah, this is 77. Actually, this could be anywhere from 73 to 70. Yeah, this is 73 to 78.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there. And we used to wear velvet suits and satin suits. Back then there were bands like the New York Dolls.
Yes.
And, Mata Hoople was big, and so we would hang out at Max's Kansas City, and hope that one day we could perform there, which we did many times. And so we were the up and coming band. It was kind of like we became like the best players on our block, and then there were other bands all over Brooklyn. Then after for another 5 years, then we were like the best band in Brooklyn. And then we finally went into the city, to Manhattan. And now this is before my solo career. There I am, second from the right. I have like an afro kind of to do, and that was Dancer. And actually, we just released an album. It's on iTunes called Dancer, Gary Private Dancer, and we never really had polished, finished tunes. It was basically piano. It was a very rock and roll band, piano and organ bass with saxophone. And the songs are great songs written by Elliot Glenn. He was brilliant, man. I mean, and he just passed away last year.
Yeah.
And I miss him every day, which is going to tie me into the next project. But he passed away. I was supposed to go back to New York 2 years ago to record the Diane Warren song "Faith of the Heart," which everybody knows as the theme from Star Trek Enterprise. It's been a long time getting from there to here. So I always fell in love with that song, but I didn't think much of it. And then I finally wound up. One of my best friends, Nick Vallelonga, won the Academy Award 2 years ago. He wrote the movie Green Book.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he wrote that, and I went to an Oscar party, and Diane Warren was there. And I don't know what triggered. I started singing. We were about to sit and watch the movie. And, the previews came up, and anyway, and people are still talking, the curtain hasn't gone up for the film yet. And they're playing music, just piped and stuff. And I started just singing because, I had a couple of cocktails probably. And And Diane, and I didn't know it was Diane Warren either. She's sitting
Amazing,
right
huh?
She's sitting right next to me. Yeah, I was there with Frank Stallone, and so I went there with Frank, and he was there with Catherine Narducci. She's a big actress. She's been in every goddamn mob film out there, from The Sopranos to, I mean, you know, everything. She's an amazing actress. And so we're watching the movie, and so Diane turns to me, "You got a great voice." And then Frank says, "That's Diane Warren." I said, "Wow." So I said, "Diane, that one song, Faith of the Heart, I really want to do it." I said, "I'm going to do it." And she, you know, that was it. That was left unsaid. And then 6 months later to a year, I run into her again. And she says, "Did you ever do my song?" And I said, "Well, no, my guy, my main music, my music coordinator and supervisor, he passed away, and he owned the recording studio too, which was a big plus, because back then, we know all the musicians, they played. And you know, now in LA it's really hard because the studio time is very expensive. Everybody all the musicians want to get paid. Everybody's
Yes.
and I understand that. I mean,
Yeah.
and I pay, you know, I pay them if I need to. But you know, I had a setup back in New York, man. All my musicians were there, and we would play for each other on spec, and if anything ever happened. So I told her, no, he passed away, and I wasn't able to do the song. So she said, "Well, just come into my studio." And I was like blown away. You know, here's Diane Warren opening up her recording studio, giving me her engineer, Mario Lucy, who's brilliant. And I'm blown away. Like, here I am. I'm recording now in Diane Warren's studio. And so we did Faith of the Heart. It's out now. You can find it. I'm very proud of it. Very proud of it. I think we did a great job on it. I mean, a few things maybe I wasn't happy with my performance here or there, but I mean, if you can make it a quarter of the way into the song, because it does start out slow, but when it picks up, it's beautiful. It's just a beautiful power ballad, which she's known for writing. So
Diane Warren, yeah, that's incredible. Yeah. Working with her, huh?
Oh, it was amazing. Really. I primarily worked with her engineer, Mario Lucy, and then I brought in Frank Stallone's musical director, Jonathan Hughes, and Jonathan came in and wrote out all the charts. And because you know what, one big mistake that my father was always pissed off at me, because my parents hated me pursuing this avenue. And
they didn't want that.
No, he wanted, you know, my dad was.
What do you want you to play for the Mets or the Yankees?
No, you know what? No, my dad was the head of the photography division and exhibits at the Guggenheim Museum in New York City on Fifth Avenue. So my dad was a big shot at the Guggenheim, and he said to me, "Hey, Gary, I'm going to be retiring soon. So why don't you listen, you gave the music a good shot. You did this." And you know, I don't know. I mean, I was thinking about it. He said, "Listen, I'm going to retire, and I'll bring you in. You'll take over my tree." He goes, "Not immediately, but you'll learn. I'll send you to school for photography, and you'll learn about the art world." And I turned it down. And you know what? Sometimes I kick myself in the ass, because I probably would be living on, Madison Avenue right now in a penthouse, and I'd be very successful. Let's face it. Goddamn the Guggenheim, but
there was something yearning and burning in you from music,
I was doomed to roll the dice with my life. And that's what I did. I rolled the dice with my life, like a lot of other artists. It's funny, listening to your introduction. I didn't realize that I did so much. And
yeah.
And then 4 years ago, when Warner Brothers Warner Brothers had released me in like 1987. I mean, I was no longer on Atlantic Records, and Warner Music encompasses everybody. They own Atlantic, Atco, Cotillion, and so all of a sudden I don't know. I mean, if I didn't do this, I would have never known, because they never told me nothing. So one day I'm searching myself. I'm just searching my music. And all of a sudden I see I've got songs on 35, 40 goddamn compilation albums with the biggest artists in the world. I mean, Elvis Costello, Foreigner, Styx. I mean, you read not even half the list. And every single, all 35 of these individual albums, they're compilation albums, they put one of my songs on it. Now, mind you, I haven't seen a penny. And when I call them up, I can't get past the secretary.
Right.
So, no, yeah. So I'm actually, yeah, I've got an attorney working on that. But then I say to myself, okay, all right. So let's say they screw me out. I mean, they probably did screw me out of at least 10, 20, 30 grand. But if I complain, because then I come back to the same question. Why am I on those albums? I mean, because these are major heavy hitters, and then Gary Private. I mean, listen, man, I'm not diluted where I think I'm some major, because I've had a great career. I've got a good career. I'm pretty respected by my peers, but I mean, nobody knows who the fuck I am. I'm sorry for that, but so yeah, man. So when I see this, I said to myself, well, if I complain, then maybe they'll take me off of the album, because they could replace me with somebody else. So I was always wondering who made that decision to put me on these albums, and I'm grateful for it, because it looks really good. Again, and it would be even better if I actually got compensated for it. But anyway. Oh yeah, this is something I want to tell. Can you go back a picture, or is it you can't go back? Yeah. Okay, this album, this is on Atlantic Records, Warner Brothers. Now go to the next one.
Which was the yellow one?
The green one. The next, yes. Now this is the same album with additional songs. Now this I re-released on my label, Private Property Music. So if you're interested in purchasing my music, don't buy the Atlantic Records copy. Yeah, because I've got they're still out there, but they're on my label. In other words, I won't see a penny if they buy the other. So I just, don't buy that one. And that's a funny story too. Yeah. When remember you showed me the picture with the real long hair. When we went in to take this album cover, because the night of the Calvin Klein birthday party, when I performed Reach Out for him at Studio 54, I was paid, really handsomely, but also he threw in, he goes, I'm going to give you a free photo shoot with I forget his name. Anyway, he was a famous photographer. He did all the covers of GQ. Remember the magazine GQ, Gentleman's Quarterly or something? Anyway, it was before.
Oh yeah, time. It's still around. Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
He took so I show up for the photo session, and Atlantic Records is waiting for me to give them a picture for the album cover. So I show up, my hair is down to my shoulders, I'm like, I got the rooster going, and and all of a sudden I sit down in the chair, and this hair cutter comes over to me, and I wasn't ready for it. And he takes the scissors and he goes whack, and he whacks. And so I start freaking out at the photo session for my album cover. Yeah, this was one of the pictures from the album cover, and I started freaking out, man. I said, so he was on a roller chair. They wheeled me into a corner so I couldn't see myself. But
it does look good. It's almost got like a James Dean 50s look.
You know what? I hated it for the first 2, 3, 4 days, and then everybody supported it. Everybody was going, no, this is a good change for you. You're blah blah blah. So So yeah, so I never went back. To this day I'm wearing my hair like that. Even though my hair went snow white, but I still got the feathers. Now I got white feathers. But now this was a joke. Yeah, this is a silly album cover. This was the first thing I ever did, and they tried to make me look like, even though I was in Teen Beat magazine. This is prior to that. This is
Were
1979.
they going for sort of a Donny Osmond-ish
They're
type
going
of thing?
for that Donny,
Puppy Love and
yeah. I had no say on this. This wasn't me. I didn't want to portray myself like this. I look at it. It's great memories. I had great memories.
yes.
But yeah, yeah. I'm glad that picture's off. Now the second, the second album was this one. This was the Reach Out album before Atlantic Records purchased it and bought it from us. Now this was a very cool album cover. It almost was like the Rolling Stones album cover, where Mick Jagger's got this, and that was taken through the light was behind the Venetian blinds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they had light going through Venetian blinds, which made the stripes.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was a very cool album cover. I always liked that. And then when you flipped it over, it was the same but in white.
Oh wow!
It was in white. Yeah, so that was a really cool album cover. And I remember going back to Tower Records in the Village.
And there was there.
Oh, and not only that, I had a whole wall of advertisements, which was really cool. It had all the album covers.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it felt really good. Yeah, so I've had some really good high notes. This is Liar. That album, I just re-released that with a different album cover picture, but the song is great. Another song Elliot Glenn wrote, which Love is for Suckers. Okay. This was written by Marky Carter, and I did this song. Oh, this was great. I mean, I had Stan Harrison on saxophone and Bob Kulick from Meatloaf on this one, and it was a lot of fun. I loved the song. And then Twisted Sister.
Oh yeah.
They did a version of this song too, but they changed all the melodies and personally, I thought it was horrible, but they were more successful than me because people knew who the hell they were. So yeah, man.
But you also have been able to straddle not just the music career, but also a prolific acting career. And you've been in a lot of some of our favorite shows and so much more, over the years. When did the acting start for you, Gary?
In 2005, my close friend, Nick Vallelonga, put me in one of his movies, a movie called Stiletto, which I played Tom Berenger's bodyguard. And that was the movie that Tom Berenger was in, and William Forsythe and Tom Sizemore. And, so many people, D.B. Sweeney, David Proval, just an amazing assortment of actors. And that was that's when I got my union card, and I got into SAG. So he gave me my first break. And then right after that, I booked a National Orbit Gum commercial, which I wrote the music to too. They used the song Italian Boys that I wrote.
Oh, wow.
And that was a great payday. That was that was because I was the principal on camera.
Yeah.
And they also wrote the music. So that was a great payday. And then I got into the acting thing slowly but surely. The biggest thing I ever did was The Blacklist with James Spader, which was awesome, which was cool. I pull up in a convertible red Corvette, and I pull up to a restaurant, and they're playing Kiss in the background, the music. Yeah, they're playing Kiss, and and James Spader makes believe he's the valet attendant. He makes believe he's the valet because he wants to steal my car. Unbeknownst to me, I don't know what's going on. Now I'm waiting online. I'm pissed off. So we pull in, and he comes over to me. Now this is a funny, true story that I'm telling for the first time. My experience working with James Spader. So he had a few lines. He had a few lines to say. It was like, he had to make believe like I waited so long because, we had some problems with this and that. And one of the guys got sick. He just had maybe 3 or 4 lines. And then I was supposed to say, hey, I don't really give a shit what you're talking about, buddy. Just park the car, and keep it close to me. Now, when we would do the first take, right? And so the director, who was Bill Rowe, and Bill Rowe was the director of photography for all the X-Files shows, all the X-Files. And then he went from being the cameraman to directing. And I think Blacklist was one of his first shows directing. So we go action, and James comes out, and he's about to say all his 4 lines, and all he gets out was, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And I go, "I don't want to hear it." But and then he all of a sudden they stop rolling, and he goes, "Just cut me off," like that. Now, I'm petrified. Oh God, I fucked up. Yeah, here I am, a big chance or whatever, big series,
big TV series, NBC.
Yeah, I'm the principal performer with him, and we blocked off all of 42nd Street between 8th and 9th Avenue, and he says to me, just step on my lines. Now I thought he was pissed off at me. I thought he's going, "Hey, buddy, just step on my line." But then he said, "No, step on my lines." It worked. It was so. In essence,
it sounded more natural, right?
My instincts, So he dug that, and we kept it like that.
That's awesome.
And, I kind of regret I didn't get a chance to really get to know him, or I just wanted to at least hang out with him a little bit. But it was real serious work. I mean, we were just, that was it. Work, retake, next take, go back to one, go back to one, go back to one.
Yeah.
And so when we wrapped the shoot, he walked by me. He goes, "Nice meeting you, Gary. Good night." And I wanted to run, because I didn't get a chance to make that connection. Yeah, because I'd love to, give him.
He's a great actor. Yeah. James.
Oh man! Oh God, he's brilliant. Oh,
You're also in this and Bones too.
Well, yeah, then I was a featured kind of. That's when I just started acting. I was in 2 episodes of Bones, really featured, where it was just me on camera. 2 episodes. That was fun. Again, that was at the very beginning. That was around 2006, 2007, 2008, where I'm doing background and I'm having fun. I'm having fun.
According to Jim.
Jim Belushi, again, I worked at
ABC,
the House of Blues.
Yeah.
I worked at the House of Blues, and actually that's how I got my union card. Not from through Nick. I had already had my union card. Yeah. So Bones, the show Bones, according to Jim, that was all before. I'm remembering the time frame now. So, I was good friends with Jim because, Dan Aykroyd, these were my, I worked for them.
Mm-hmm.
So that was an amazing job, by the way.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was another featured extra. And there's a whole long story behind that. I thought I was actually going to have a speaking part in that. Because me and Quentin got along so great. He thought I looked like Robert Blake.
Oh yeah.
He thought I looked like
Robert. I
can
see that a little bit. Yeah, I could see that. Some of the mannerisms too, the movements a little bit.
Yeah, the Italian, whatever. So he all through the whole shoot, he would call me Robert Blake, and I played the head investigative detective at the very end of the movie when they murdered this guy, or this guy is dead on the pool or whatever in the house, right? In the canyon. And it was we just really hit it off. And I had met Quentin many years before that. I went to the Playboy Mansion and hung out with him with some close friends. So you know what? I'm hoping to get in touch with him again for his next film, because I don't know. We just had a nice connection, and he really dug me. He just had a camera right on me, and So I'm waiting for the director's cut.
The director's cut.
Yeah. I'm hoping that I would be more prominent in that, because they had one camera just on me. So I'd like, I can see it. And this is tabloid. That's one of those kind of like
Jerry Springer on investigative Discovery Channel.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like the Most Wanted show, you know. So on that episode, I played. It was a true story about a strip club owner in Las Vegas that murdered his doorman because he thought his doorman was talking bad about the club and they were losing money. Anyway, so that was fun too. That was fun.
Yeah. Did you work directly with Springer? Did you see him?
Jerry wasn't on the set. No. We did the bio of the murder happening, and then it's a separate studio. He comes in and he kind of just
does his thing.
He does what you do. He introduces.
Right. He's the hosting, and exactly.
Yeah. So man. A lot of really good stuff.
Mondo, Hollywoodland.
Wait.
Yeah. We're triggering a lot of memories.
Yeah, this one, it's a funny, I'm in this, but not really. When I got this,
as long as you're in it at all, that's the main thing.
Well, when I went to see the movie, what we did an ad lib scene. It wasn't scripted. It was nothing. We did this ad lib scene, and I think I just got a little too a little too blue, if you will, a little too graphic. I don't know. It just didn't work, and I'm glad they didn't use it. I mean, I'm in it like for a blink of an eye, but I forgot all about that. I mean, they were nice people. It was actually a cute movie.
Yeah.
It was a cute movie. Yeah.
I'm sure it's still out somewhere for people to see.
Yeah, I didn't realize James Cromwell had something to do with it. I never realized that. Oh, Meteor Moon. That was fun. That was fun. That was a movie done at what's the name? The hell's the name of that studio?
In Hollywood.
Yeah, in Hollywood. It's a famous studio. They did movies like Sharknado. And, they do all those B kind of movies with all B movie stars and stuff
sort
like
of
that.
The sticky kind of
Oh yeah. This was So Meteor Moon is when the moon gets out of its orbit and starts coming towards Earth. So the two lead guys in the film, they have to save Earth by somehow getting up to the moon and changing the orbit of the moon to distract it from coming to America, to the Earth. So they come. So I play this greasy car mechanic, and they come into my shop because I knew their fathers, previously. So they come and I go, "Don't worry about it. I'll take care of you, and I'll give you this fuel-injected, nitro-burning monster car." Right? So they take the car, and somehow, I don't think I was ever able to make it through the whole movie to actually watch the plot, but somehow the car gets in a rocket ship and lands on the moon, and I think the strength of the car's exhaust was able so they drove the car. Again, just another one of my silly part of my life.
But you
Fun.
were in it.
Fun. Yeah, fun. I got
You were in
paid,
it.
and it was fun. Yeah, I have a blast. I had a blast.
Absolutely. But
Yeah.
also a prolific drummer too. Tell us about that. I mean, you're known for that.
That picture was taken when me and Frank Stallone went to my buddy Giuseppe Franco, who's a famous Beverly Hills hair cutter, and he has these amazing Christmas parties. So we had a Christmas party. I don't know when this was, maybe 4 or 5, maybe 5, 6 years ago. And me and Frank just showed up, and there was a band playing, and they asked us to get up. So I got behind the drums, and Frank performed, and that was a lot of fun. That's where that particular picture was taken. And by the way, that was the first time I held drumsticks in my hand after 30 years. So, and then I got back into it. This is at the NAMM show, again with Frank. Yeah, I mean, Frank. By the way, Frank Stallone just started his own guitar company called Frank Stallone Guitars, and I got to give him a plug because the guitars are amazing. They're just amazing. They're moderately priced. The workmanship it's really amazing. So I'm really proud of him. Matter of fact, hold on. He just gave me.
He just gave you something?
He gave me this jacket, which is got the guitar on the back, and I don't know if you can even see that the lettering. Yeah, Frank Stallone Guitars. Can you see that? Yeah, a little bit.
Very cool.
Yeah. So I just wanted to give him a little plug there because I love him to death.
Oh yeah.
But yes, go ahead.
I was going to say, there's a lot of people you've had an opportunity to come across. I think you're humble about all that you've done in a way, which is kind of cool. But you've worked with, or you've met at least a lot of different people over the time.
Oh, I've met
Anka.
Well, that's Nick Vallelong on the left, the man who wrote Green Book, and me and Nick went to see Paul Anka perform, and
nice guy.
Nick, huh? Yeah. Oh, great. Yeah, we had a blast. That was backstage. Yeah. When I'm blessed, I have such great friends, and to tell you the truth, I'm not the easiest person to get along with. This gentleman. This is oh God, I'm blanking out. Ronnie. He wrote the Four Seasons songs. He wrote
right.
Let's Hang On.
Yep.
I don't know why I'm blanking out on
it. It always happens to every guest. Yeah, because
he called me off guard, but he wrote. He's responsible for a lot. There's
Peppy.
That's Peppy.
Yeah,
that was taken at this club in Manhattan where he was performing. I forget the name of it, but it was a really cool live music venue. Yeah. Are you in New York much anymore?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
You do? That's the Orbit Gum. That's the Orbit Gum commercial.
So that's the Orbit Gum commercial.
Right.
Wow.
Where I sing on that. Yeah, I don't know if and this was a whole nother thing that came my way, where I played the King of Belgium in the Royal Opera, the Royal Ballet from Britain at the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion in Los Angeles.
Wow.
with the LA Philharmonic right below me on the stage, and I was the King of Belgium, and it was the Royal Ballet. It was a ballet. I mean, I didn't speak or I just acted out. I acted out it was called the Mayerling, which is a very famous. I don't know if it's a Shakespearean play. It could be. I'm not sure. But anyway, that was a big thrill. I mean,
has to be, yeah.
Oh my God! You walk out onto the stage of the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion, and the curtain goes up, and all of a sudden you look down, and there's a guy with a tuba. I mean, you know, like I'm hanging off the edge of the stage. I was kind of a little that was a big thrill.
That was a good.
And yeah, we did it. There was a sold out weekend, 3 nights.
Yeah.
And it was great. I played the King of Belgium. That was a blast.
A great moment for you, right? You know?
A goddamn blast, man. Oh, I had such a good time.
Another one must have been a good moment when that came out.
This is the first song I wrote all by myself. And it's still very near and dear to me. This is the song. This got the highest rating ever on American Bandstand's Radar record. Yeah, I don't. You know what? Yeah, you know what? I know there's problems with licensing and stuff, right?
Why, you were gonna do a little something?
No, I was gonna play it for you, but playing the actual, I was gonna, you know, play the recorded version, but I know you'll get flagged. But anyway, yeah, that was great. So, but I re-released this on my own label. It's a beautiful song, but don't buy the one that's on it.
Anything, couple of lines a cappella so people can hear it?
You know what? Let me. I could give it a shot.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Okay.
They'd love it. Yeah.
Give me a minute.
Yeah. I'll talk to the viewers. Yeah.
Okay.
You got it.
All right.
Coming to you live from Los Angeles, California. G.Pvt is here. He's going to put something special together for all of us, exclusively live here, gang, which is really nice. And again, that is a very, very popular song that he wrote, Waiting for You. He said it was one of the top of the charts on Bandstand. And as you can see, he's very humble, but he's had really an epic career and still does in music and in acting as well. And he's been doing it a long time. He resides in LA, originally from New York, but again, he's been at it a long time, and you know, at least since the 70s. And to survive in these industries that long, whether it's music or acting, film, television, you got to be good. You got to have something that people want. Obviously, you know, he does. And even some of these other funny things too, like with Springer and some of the others shows that, you know, like According to Jim from ABC, of course, too, and Blacklist. Interesting behind the scenes stories that you always get here on the show too, telling you about what it was like on some of the sets and the people that he's worked with as well. Of course, he talked about that one too, and the series Bones, which of course everybody knows about too, and the Blacklist. Interesting story where he was talking about James Spader, and there he is there on the left, sort of on the scene, on the set there, in one of those director chairs as well. I know we've been talking a lot about the singing as well as the acting, but he is a renowned drummer too, and is talked about often for his drumming prowess. The background in drumming is really incredible too. So look, he's got something special set up exclusively for our viewers, and there he is. Let's see that beautiful instrument in your hand.
It's a Taylor acoustic. Yeah, it's this is a beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I just got it. Yes, $3,000, man. Believe it for it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a beautiful photo.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wasn't kind of prepared. My mouth's a little dry and whatever, but this is Waiting for You. A little bit of it, if I can remember it. Okay. Anyway, I'll just do the first verse.
And you wrote this. When did you write this song that was so popular?
I wrote this in like 1981.
1981. Wow.
Yeah.
And people can they get it online? And is it on Spotify?
Oh,
iTunes?
Yeah.
They can still get that song, right?
But if you get it, make sure it's on the label Private Property Music.
I think that's such a cool name, Private Property. Playing off your name. Yeah.
And I have a story about that. How did I get the name Gary Private? when we were performing at CBGBs. We were performing at CBGBs and we're opening up for the Talking Heads. And, you know, back then, if you've ever been to CBGBs, it was, you know, it was a disgusting, you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, Christopher's in Ohio. He asked, "Are you a Pepe Castro fan?" He's actually a Pepe Castro friend and colleague. You've worked with Pepe Castro, yeah.
I'm close friends with Pepe, and of course,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Pepe.
Yeah.
Love him to death. Love him to death. Matter of fact, I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him this week.
Tell him you're on the Jim Masters show. He'll be like, "Oh, Jim, wow."
Oh, I will. Yeah, I will. Absolutely. So I get off stage, and the owner used to let me use his office to get dressed because there were no dressing rooms at CBGBs.
No.
You know, you could either dress behind the stage with the curtain and with, you know, which
it wasn't. Yeah.
Or just people were back there, you know, goddamn shooting heroin, maybe. I don't know. It was pretty seedy. And so I used to use his office to get dressed because you know, I was going to leave. I really wasn't going to hang out. So I come out of his dressing room. I got all my show clothes off. I'm wearing jeans and whatever. And this lady comes over to me and she says, "I'm from Variety magazine." And so now that's pretty cool. She goes, "Yeah, I want to do, you know, I want to do an article on you as a singer of this band because I had just left playing the drums and now I'm singing, and this is before I got signed. So, you know, I have a very long Italian last name that I always hated. It's a beautiful last name if pronounced properly, but you know, growing up in Brooklyn, even my teachers would butcher it.
What was the name?
It was Guadagno. You know, it's a beautiful name.
That's actually nice. Yeah, it sounds nice.
It means to earn money. But
today they would probably tell you to use it today.
Yeah, exactly. But
But back then they changed names and
no, yeah, they did, but I didn't want to, but I hated my name because it was always butchered. Nobody could ever say it.
Yeah,
I didn't. It got to a point where I would say Guadagno because that's well phonetically that's you say Guadagno, and I hated it. So I said, "Well, my name is Gary," and she goes, "Well, what's your last name?" And I was thinking really fast back then, and I spun around and I pointed to the manager's door and I said, "My name is on the door," because I just came out of that door where I got dressed, and the door said private, and she printed it. And
from that day forward.
Well, I didn't, you know, I wasn't happy about it, but then I started digging it, and then I started saying, "Oh, you know what? That's a cool name."
What about the family? Were they like, "Hey, why aren't you using the name we gave you"? Were they sort of? Was your dad?
Yeah, they. You know what? They never really voiced their dismay to me. Yeah, they might have been a little pissy about it, but yeah, I think it maybe hurt my dad's feelings. But it is what it is, and I love.
He understood, I'm sure.
I never gave up. My real last name is still on my driver's license. You know, I still respect my Italian heritage and my mother and father, who I love dearly. They both passed away in 2004, and actually, if you ever saw the tattoo on my arm of the cross with the latitude and longitude of where I buried them on the same day in the Atlantic Ocean.
Did they pass close together time-wise?
They passed within 2 weeks of each other. So put their ashes together. I took the wedding rings off their fingers, tied it together with gold thread, put the wedding rings in the ashes, and we went out off of Fort Lauderdale because they lived in Florida. And yeah, so that's what the tattoo is. And
that's very beautiful, Gary.
Yeah, that was a great, and yeah, it was done by the great Mark Mahoney from Shamrock Tattoo. That Mickey Rourke took me there and introduced me to him. So Mickey was, you know, enabled me to get this great.
You have sisters and brothers?
You know what? I have one older brother who who unfortunately, I don't know why the reason is, but when my parents passed away, we don't talk. We haven't spoken anymore, and it's not my fault. You know, it's a 7-year difference. He was 7 years older than me, so we never really had the same friends. We didn't really have the same interests. We got closer. We got closer as time went on, but
And I'm sure he's seen your success too, right?
well, yeah, but you know, he doesn't. He had more success than me just in regular life. You know, being a contractor, but yeah, you know, it is what it is. I wish we were still brothers, but I'm pretty much alone in the world as now. Anyway, so I'm gonna play a little bit of "Waiting for You." All right.
That sounds great.
Max is home. I've been too long alone. I think I'm hearing you moan, making me crazy, my baby. Oh, this feeling has grown. This feeling I've got, you're so damn making me crazy. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for you. Baby, I'll be waiting for you. It's easy to see why I'm waiting for you. 'Cause my mind is aching for your body shaking on me. Waiting for you. Anyway, yeah, I'm not feeling
That's great. That's great. It's a great song. Yeah.
It is a great song. It's a great. I love the song. Yeah.
When you wrote it, what was the inspiration? Were you thinking about somebody? Was somebody in your life that you were waiting for?
That particular song, I mean, yeah, because technically the first word is maxi. So I'm actually saying maxi at home. I've been too long alone. And then as years went by, I no longer say the name. I say baby because yeah, there was a girl. It was a girl I had a crush on who actually she wound up. We never got together. It was one of those things where I think I met her at the Rainbow in L.A. and then flew back to New York. And anyway, yeah, I had a major crush on this young lady.
Did she know it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she knew it. So I wrote the song about her. Anyway, she wound up marrying the actor Michael Paré.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah, he's awesome. Actually, yeah, I kind of contacted him a little bit on Facebook. Yeah, he's dynamite. So that's what the song. That was the initial, you know, motive for writing that song. But then all my other songs that were about women, I'll say a lot of names, but they're all just fantasy made up kind of.
Yeah,
names.
yeah. We have another album here too. This one, Fire.
Oh yeah, that is on my label, and that one has got. Oh yeah, that's another great song called "Fire in My Heart" is on that album. There's a lot of great songs. There's about 12 songs on that album. So yeah.
And you write them? You've written them?
Yours? About half of them. Yeah, about half.
Do you like songwriting? Is that something that you really enjoy?
You know, I was very prolific in the early 80s when I first got signed. I was writing left and right. And, you know, when Atlantic first let me go in 1985, I kind of took it real hard. I took it real hard. It really hurt me. And I felt like
Did they ever say why?
No, I mean, it was probably, I mean, listen, they gave me 7 singles. I mean, they released 7 singles, which is almost unheard of. Back then, they would release 1 single, and if it didn't pop, you were fucking gone. So, you know, let's face it, man, nobody knows who I am. I didn't have any big hit records, really, technically. And yeah, so I took that pretty hard when I was let go from Atlantic.
Have you written music for others that others have sung
Uh,
and then they turned it into something?
no, no, I can't think of a song that I wrote that was. I mean, again, yeah, I mean, a lot of my songs have been in movies, in commercials, in movies, in soap operas. But they were just they were versions of me singing the song. No, no, I never had. I always wanted somebody to cover one of my tunes, and that was another reason why I didn't feel bad leaving Atlantic, because I was with Warner Chappell Music, the publishing company, and I still am with them, but I'm trying to get out from under them, tell you the truth, because they're just, you know, yeah. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll see a penny from them when I die,
Afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Make a donation in your name.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so you ever come out to LA?
Yeah. Yeah. We have family out there and I'm sometimes on TV shoots out there and all. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
call me if you're coming out.
I will.
We'll
Ab-
have a bite.
Absolutely. What would the Gary of today say to this Gary of then?
Mm, I don't know, man. I don't know. I often think of that. If I, you know what, I don't think I would have changed anything if I could go back again with the knowledge. But that's everybody's dream. You know, even if I could go back without the knowledge and just go back in time and just repeat it all over again, it was an amazing ride, man. It still is. It still is. You know, there I am just 3 months ago, Diane Warren taking me into her studio. So, you know,
I think you're more humble. That's what you're saying when you were getting the guitar. There's a lot of things you've done and a lot of things you've had an opportunity to be a part of that not everybody gets a chance to have happen. Like you mentioned, all the singles that you had that they gave you opportunity to do, these TV shows and all these different people. And it's what it is, as opposed to a one-hit wonder and he's gone. You're still there. You've got longevity to your career.
well,
And
yeah,
from musician, singing, acting. I mean, you've dabbled in all of it at various levels, which is a cool thing. Not everybody could look back and say, or have me do an intro that I only did half of it. It's a cool thing, you know. You're humble in certain ways, but you've done a
I'm a
lot.
different
You still
person.
do a lot.
Yeah, I'm a different person. You know, if that kid back then, was immature and cocky and conceited and self-centered and all that shit. But now, I got a dose of reality. But yeah, I try to handle it now. But like you said, I'm still doing it. As a matter of fact, as soon as we end this show, I have an audition for a
Do
movie.
you?
So,
Do
yeah.
you? I mean, not too shabby.
No, yeah, I have to do it today or tomorrow. But
That's
yeah, things
awesome.
are going good, man. You know, and the beautiful thing about life is you never know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Exactly.
You never know, because again, the day before. The day before I got that Orbit gum commercial and made 30 grand, like bam, in 1 week, or the day before I was going to work
That's
with,
not too shabby.
but I didn't know that. In other words, the day before, you don't know what's going to happen till
The
tomorrow.
phone rings and then, hey, right.
I would say to that person, I would say, you know what, just keep doing it. Just live your life, have fun, and just keep doing it. If it's really, first of all, don't be one of those people that clog up the wheels. I mean, just because, especially now in this TikTok generation where everybody thinks they're a star,
Or an
everybody,
expert or a host or everything. I know.
everybody's, a hot chick, or, everybody's somebody.
Something.
And that's okay. Everybody's somebody. That's good. But it's this generation really is. I feel bad for them because they have produced not much that, I don't know, man. It's a different world out there than where I grew up. You
Are you
know.
liking it or not so much?
Oh, no, I can't stand the TikTok generation or all the music that's happening now, and I mean, I hate hip hop, so that says it right there, maybe. But
What you probably like a variety of different music too.
I like,
Do you like
I like,
jazz? Do you like
oh yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I even like some hip hop. So I do like Tupac, and I liked uh, Coolio's Gangsta's Paradise. So
You probably grew up too. Your father probably had big band and all that on too, right?
well, he would listen to Mario Lanza and Jimmy Roselli and Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin. So yeah, I grew up every Sunday. I would wake up to the sound of Dean Martin singing or Frank Sinatra, and I would smell my mother's basil and tomato sauce. And yeah, I had a great family and I still have a good life. I wish I could bring my family more together with my brother. Maybe that'll happen. Maybe it won't. But things are great, man. I'm in here in LA. It's bright, sunny out now. It's still 72 degrees.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
who's here who likes to say hi towards the latter part is Mr. George Burns is in
Oh,
the house.
look at that.
There he is with his cigar and his pocket
Oh,
square. And he said, you knocked it out of the park, Gary. He thoroughly enjoyed the conversation. And he said, you're a class act. And like him, you have stuck it out and you're resilient and you got longevity and you've done a lot of different things and continue to, just like George
yeah.
Burns did. Yeah.
Yeah.
He sends you
And
his best.
and I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So yeah, you know what? I'll keep in touch with you. And I am, by the way, already talking with Mario Lucy from Diane Warren's studio, and he's already called me up with a second song to do.
Oh, that's cool.
So
That's
yeah,
great.
so I might be doing that before the end of the year. I mean,
So
not
this is the new song here,
that's
right?
the new song that I'm very proud of, and I wish everybody would at least. You can listen to it for free on YouTube.
Is there any way to do just a tiny bit of it so they hear it? Because
I
I don't think we'd have any issue only because you're doing it a cappella with the guitar.
No, yeah, I can't. You know what? Believe it or not, I don't even know the chords to the song because
Yeah.
I just went in and sang. They brought in here. I'll show you.
That's
My
cool.
guy Jonathan Muse. He wrote all the charts out for it, but I can't read music, so that was
So do you do by ear?
everything by ear. I never took a drum lesson. I never took a guitar lesson. Never took a singing lesson. Never took an acting lesson. I just do it. I just do it. But that was one thing my father was pissed off. He said, listen, if you're going to follow this crazy goddamn business, why don't you, I'll send you to school. Why don't you really learn how to read and write music, which I regret I regret every day of my life. I regret that I didn't, I thought that I was just going to be some, don't worry, I can do this on my own. I don't need, but, now later in life, I could have been working way more sessions. I could have expanded my career tenfold if I knew how to read and write. So any musician,
Can you still? I mean, it's something you could still do, right?
you know what? I try. No, because that's something you do. You start that out when you're 15 years old or 16 or 17. And, by the time you're 25,
Then you
you're
got
great.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. But, now for me to do it now at my age, I don't, no, it's too late. It's too late. It really is. I mean, I know I shouldn't say that.
Right. Never too late, right?
I think it's too late because even if it's just too late, man, it would take me 10 years. I'll be dead in 10 years.
What?
I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. Anyway, life is crazy, man.
It is. It really, really is. And it all started here, huh?
It all started there. That was a little cheap drum set. That was a funny story behind that
And
too.
look at the TV set too, I tell you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at everything. Yeah, the wood paneling on the
Yep.
wall.
Oh, wood paneling was big. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, just look at my orange shirt. Oh my God. So
Hmm. I think the
yeah,
drum says, does drum say Just Us?
yeah, that was the name of the band,
Yeah,
Just
Just
Us.
Us, right.
And that was a real cheap drum set. I had just started out, and my father got pissed off at me one day years later, and he took that drum set in the backyard and smashed it to pieces.
Oh,
Yeah, I did something that I don't even really want to talk about. I'm not proud of. So I got in trouble, and he smashed it. And then my dad was such a cool guy that like 2 weeks later, he felt so bad. He took me to Sam Ash and bought me like the most expensive Ludwig drum set out there. So it was, I've had a
yeah.
good family life. Yeah.
So tell us again about some of the cool things that are coming up that people can look forward to. Of course, Faith of the Heart, very excited about that. And
Yeah, right now, I mean, people who don't know me, there's at least 30 or 40 singles and songs out there. They're on iTunes or wherever you purchase your music. And by the way, Faith of the Heart, I made extremely cheap because I want people to listen. So it's not even $1.29 away. It's only 99 cents.
wow.
So the song's only 99 cents. So yeah, do me a favor, down. I don't make any money from it. Literally, for every 99 cents, I think I get 15 cents or something, maybe. But it's a great song. It's a beautiful song. Diane Warren is brilliant. And you're welcome, Jane. And
Yeah, they're all, yeah, all
yeah,
of them.
yeah,
And
man.
Joan as well. Thank you for being
Oh
here
yeah.
on the Jim Master Show, sharing your Saturday with us. We have a little clip of it. We'll see, what happens. Maybe we'll get a notification. If we do, we just have to probably edit it. But at least while we're live, people can hear this little clip of it that you sent.
If you can, oh, did I send it? Okay, good.
Yeah, the little clip of Faith of the Heart MP3.
The ending. Okay.
Yeah, we'll play that, and we'll keep our fingers crossed.
Okay.
Here we go.
The quality was a little funky.
Still nice for people to hear it. Yeah, really good. Yeah.
It'd be great if they can hear it over there, a nice stereo or something, because that sounded like it was coming through a telephone.
I just called to say I love you.
Yeah, right. So what do you got planned?
Love, Faith of the Heart. It's been a long road, etc. Yes. Good stuff. And Mona is watching in New Orleans. Hi, Jim, and welcome, Gary. Hello, Lovedies.
Yeah, hi, Mona.
Yeah, Kathleen is in New York City. She's in Queens, over in Woodside. Cool. Hi, Jim and everyone there in Queens and New York. Jane's loving it, and she loves the song there in Sweden. And Merlin in Ontario, Canada loves the song as well.
Okay.
And
Please listen to it. Listen to it on a better system than that, because I felt bad hearing it like that.
Yeah. The MP3s are tough sometimes, right?
Yeah, but, coming through my computer speakers. Yeah, but
here's their website, garyprivate.com as well. You can learn more about our fantastic guest here, and then the music again you can find on iTunes and Spotify and all the music places, right? All the online places and more.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Cool stuff. This was really great. Everybody.
Yeah, I mean the time is going by so fast. I know I'm
Mona said it sounds great on her end. Probably it sounded great on her end, which was great coming out of her speakers.
Oh, good.
Jane says it's 3:20 a.m. where she is in Sweden.
Wow. What are you doing up so early,
yeah.
Jane?
Yes, up early. She hasn't gone to bed yet. She stays up just for this show every night.
I used to be like that. I used to. Now I'm in bed by 10 o'clock sometimes. Yeah.
That's it. It's well, I hope the show met whatever expectations you had, Gary, and you enjoyed the time with me.
It was a lot of fun. You made it easy because you just kind of led me along, and it kind of flowed. And whenever it was kind of going a little south, you would come up with the right question asked that brought me out of it. So I know when I did a show, the Jimmy Star show.
Sure.
Yeah, I did Jimmy's show last week. and that was fun too. And they're out here in Palm Springs, so I was looking forward to doing your show. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
really glad that you
Different
were able.
dynamic. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
great.
absolutely. So the old school talk show, Cavett Carson style with a modern twist. And yeah, say hi to Peppy. Frank
I will.
Stallone, love to welcome
Yeah,
Frank to the show.
yeah.
That would be cool. Talk and celebrate his career as well. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the time with me as much as we certainly have with you. And
I did.
Crystal says, welcome to Lovety Hall, Gary. They
Oh,
already,
that's
they
sweet.
said
Thank
you're a Lovety.
Ah, that's great.
Isn't that
That's a
cool?
yeah. Hashtag Lovity. Yeah.
Hashtag Lovety. The world certainly needs more of that. I tell you. Well, again, everybody, you can go to GaryPrivate.com. You can find out everything online too. Gary, this was really, really cool. Continued success and blessing and joy in your life. We'll definitely keep the porch light on for you. You're welcome back anytime, and
Oh, great.
spread the word about the show for us as well. We'd really love that.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Jimmy. Thank you. I had a great time.
Absolutely. Yes. To New Yorkers. And you were telling me that you lived out on Long Island for a bit too, right? You had
I did.
family
Yeah.
out
I
there?
mean, well, yeah. It's funny. 5 years ago, I felt like I don't know. I felt like I hit the plateau in LA, and I wanted to go back to New
Thinking
York.
about going back east.
So I went back to New York and stayed with my cousin out in Belmore by Merrick, Long Island,
Oh,
and
yeah.
we had a blast. And the first time it started snowing, and I hadn't seen snow in
And
30 years. So I loved it. I fell in love with it. But then 2 days later, so by the time the second year came around and winter was coming and snow was coming, I knew I had to get out of there, because living in Long Island, especially when it snowed, you a prisoner. You're not going anywhere. I mean, you better have.
You're out on the island. Yeah.
Man, yeah. It was very depressing.
Even the White Castle's closed.
It was. Yeah, I mean, I found myself getting very depressed back in New York, and again, I spent the last 30 years out here, so I just kept thinking about all my friends in LA. So I'm back. For better or worse, I'm back.
There you are. Yeah. And our friends, of course, we'd be remiss without saying hi to our friends, Pepper J, of course.
Oh,
wonderful
yeah,
Pepper J and John too,
you know
who
what? I didn't even get a
connected
chance.
us.
Yes,
She's fabulous. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I could have told you. Yeah, we had some great stories too with Pepper. I forgot all about it. I should have brought her up. I'm sorry. I love Pepper.
Yeah. Tell us one. Yeah. You got one?
Oh no,
She's
I mean,
fabulous.
not off the top of my head.
How did you guys connect? How did you and John and she meet? How'd that happen?
I did a movie called Black Gloves, where I played this mafia guy. Actually, if you go to my website and you watch my acting reel, you'll see it. It's about like the third or fourth clip in. But I did that movie, and she came down to the screening, and she just really loved me. She really loved my performance, and I did her show. She used to have a show. I forget the name of the show. But anyway, so she had a podcast too and a show that I did. And then years later, actually, I think I was in New York. Yeah, I think I was in New York. And she flew me out. She lives in Las Vegas now. And she flew me out there to do a movie. So I did a movie for her called Complete and Repeat. I don't know if it's available anywhere, but yeah. So I love Pepper. She's great. She's got a beautiful place out in the outskirts of Las Vegas.
Pahrump, Nevada. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pahrump.
It's like, she's got a compound.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. I'd like to go out and see that. Maybe do one of these shows on location from there.
You know what? And her husband, John Michael Ferrari, he's getting a lot of airplay, and
she's really doing a great job with him. Yes.
She's doing a great job promoting him, and John deserves it. John's a talent, and yeah, I always wish them the best. Yeah, I love them. I love John.
Great people.
And yeah.
Good people. Absolutely.
Really, really good. So real people,
which is nice and refreshing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah,
It's really refreshing. Well,
I
you
love
be
it.
well, and you enjoy your weekend, my friend. And really, it was a pleasure having you here on our show and spending some time and going back into memories and talking about some of the new exciting projects that you got coming up. Good luck with the audition for the
Yeah, thanks.
movie. We'll keep our fingers crossed on that, and spread the word about our show. We would love that. If you know folks
I
you think
will.
like to pop on, let us know, and we'll keep that porch light on for you to come back. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I'll ask my actor friend Joe Cortese too if he wants to do it.
That sounds
Yeah.
good. Yeah, spread the word for everybody. They're all welcome. Absolutely. You
All
be
right.
well, my friend. Thanks for coming by. You know, we
Okay.
we chatted for about an hour and 20 minutes. You know that?
Wow.
It did
Yeah,
feel like it, right?
yeah, it was very nice.
Because remember you said it probably about an hour, and you're like, "Oh, gee, we're going to have enough stuff to say." I said, "Oh, you wait till we get rolling. We'll lose track of time because it's all casual, and we just let it flow."
Yeah, no,
Mhm.
you did. You kept it going good, man. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. My pleasure. All right, you enjoy, my friend. And did you eat dinner yet?
No, actually, I'm just about to go out and get dinner.
You've earned it. You sang for your supper tonight.
All right.
Thanks, my friend. You take care, Gary. Okay.
Okay. Bye bye.
Take care. Bye bye now. Gary Private here on the Jim Masters Show live entertainment lifestyle variety talk show series. Former teen idol, but also a prolific drummer, actor, singer. Very humble, as you can see too. He's been in so many different things, and you see him on television, you see him in films, you see him on stage. Lots of music too. You can get all the music. We played a little clip there as well. Hopefully, we'll be able to keep it on. Otherwise, we'll have to edit it, because they get crazy at YouTube. Thanks, Jim and Gary, for tonight's. Gary, thanks for sharing your music and time with us tonight. Absolutely. Always have a good time. We always manage to have a good time here on our series for all of you. It's light, it's fun, and we always have a good time with all of you. Thanks for being with us. It's Father's Day weekend. So, of course, to all the fathers out there as well, my dad and everybody in our family, we send a very happy Father's Day weekend to all of those that are watching. And at least we celebrate that here in the United States. And every day should be Father's Day, right? And Mother's Day, and just celebrating Life Day. It doesn't really even have to be just a designated day. It should just be every day to celebrate beautiful people in our lives. We thank Gary for joining us here on the show. This was really a great conversation on the Jim Masters Show. Gary Private, and a lot of great. And here's that new album we were talking about, the new song, Fifth of the Heart, written by Diane Warren. We were going back in time in his life and his career, and he was talking about all these different stories. It was really, really cool, wasn't it? It was funny with this particular, when he was talking about that one, what they were trying to mold him into with that one. But if you missed any of this, you can see it all here on our YouTube channel, the entire episode and all of our episodes. Some 700 or so are available on the program YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. Thank you very much to Mona and to everybody watching. I'm your host, Jim Masters. Thanks for being with us. It's always a pleasure. Happy Father's Day weekend to all the fathers out there as well. And want to let you know that we've got another legendary guest joining us. Stephen John Kelinich is with us. Wait till you hear the music that he's responsible for. Renowned American poet and lyricist. Just Google his name and you will see everything that he's responsible for. Decades of music that others have made famous, that he has penned. He's incredible. He's with us Monday live at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. If you didn't see the episode, the one and only John Davidson was here. Wow, was that fun and funny? He was on the swing. He was outside. He was inside. He was singing. We had laughs. It was epic. And Tony Orlando as well. I was just talking to Tony's daughter today. Tony absolutely loved being on our show. He loved our conversation. His family did. They're watching it. I loved having him here. If you did not see the episode where the one and only Tony Orlando stopped by, it was iconic. It was an epic exclusive episode of our show. Check it out. It's on our YouTube channel as well. Same with Melissa Manchester being with us, Lucy Arnez being with us. and so many more. Hundreds more, actually, because we have about 700 shows right here on the Jim Masters Show Live. If you enjoyed this episode, gang, give us a thumbs up. Yes, there's a thumbs up icon on our YouTube channel, and drop a comment for us. Leave a comment on the YouTube channel as well, and be sure and subscribe to the channel. There's no cost for that, gang. Subscribe. That helps us out, helps us grow, and lets us know you enjoy everything that we do here for all of you here on the Jim Masters Show Live. Thanks for being with us, gang. We don't say goodbye. We say see you later. Cheers, ciao, slancha, hasta la vista, vida zane, shalom, sayonara, and all the rest. We love you all. Be good to one another. Take care of one another. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Let us know. Leave a comment on the YouTube channel as well. Gary was very authentic. He was very real. He was very open about his life. He shared a lot about his life, shared some music for his life as well. And he's got some cool things coming up, which we are very happy for him that are happening as well. Mary Bishop here in Florida, thank you very much. And happy Father's Day to all the dads as well. Yes, including mine. So many beautiful people in our lives. Very blessed. All right, gang, take care. Thanks for being with us in this episode. We'll see you again on the next one, okay? If you are watching live, join us on the next one. If you're watching this Memorex, you're watching this archived, after it's live, we appreciate you and we welcome you and thank you as well. Stay here on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. Another episode comes right up. Take care, everybody. We'll see you again soon. Take care. Cheers.